Reaction on this and join Mosharraf Zaidi. He's an analyst on Afghanistan and Pakistan. He joins us live now from Islamabad. Mosharraf Zaidi, the issue of Pakistan and Afghanistan has been described as the biggest immediate foreign policy priority for President Obama. Does the strategy match the priority, do you think?
No, I don't think it does. I mean, it's very clear that this is a key priority. So one isn't interested in questioning, whether the Obama administration means what it says, but it certainly hasn't demonstrated with its talent for analysis that it's actually up to the task of dealing with this challenge. The strategy, for starters, conflates two dramatically different countries. Afghanistan is a relatively small country in comparison to Pakistan, no more than 40 million people. It's stuck somewhere in the 1800s in terms of its infrastructure. There's a small, very able, but extremely small middle class that's capable of conducting the affairs of government. The private sector is almost non-existent outside of the telecom sector, which is also very recent. In contrast to that, Pakistan is a behemoth of a country, 172 million people. You're looking at roughly 30 million people in the middle class, at least. Cities that compare with the big metropolises of the world, largely dysfunctional, but name a city in the developing world that isn't dysfunctional. I mean, the real problem here is that there is no such thing as AFPAC, and if the Obama administration thinks that it can help Pakistan or Afghanistan or both these countries by conflating them, I think it's dead wrong.
In the past, there's been much blame and mutual suspicion between Afghanistan and Pakistan. So how much is this meeting being seen as a way of building trust between Zardari and Karzai?
These meetings have happened before. The first international trip that President Zardari made after taking oath last year was to Afghanistan. There were exchanges of hugs and warm embraces of all sorts, but it actually substantively these kinds of intractable problems don't get solved because of a summit, whether it's at Camp David or whether it's being sort of refereed by Hillary Clinton or not. The problems that exist between these two countries are going to be solved because of political will that exists within these two countries. Much like the challenges that these countries face are going to be resolved through political will within these countries. And I think part of the problem, again, of viewing the world, through the lens of sort of Charlie Wilson's war, is that somehow a remote control exists in Washington that's sophisticated enough, A, to understand Afghanistan and Pakistan separately or together, and B, to then know what to do about it, and C, then be able to actually execute what needs to be done.
Let me just ask you a final question, because I read one of your recent articles this week where you said, and I quote from this article, you said that Pakistan is a lot closer to being a model of US foreign policy failure than it is of Taliban's success. I mean, how would you define Obama's first 100 days with regards to Afghanistan and Pakistan then?
Well, in the same article I wrote that, Pakistan has come up with this funny-sounding strategy called the 3D strategy, which is defense, deterrence, and development. I mean, it's a bit of a joke in the sense that this is just PR. There's no real substance behind it and very little political will of the kind that's needed here. I think the Obama administration has all the political will in the world, but very little competence. So I've called it the 3C strategy, which is confused, confounded, and contrived. The relationship between the United States and Pakistan has always been driven by the narrow interests of Washington, D.C., and never really by the interests of the Pakistani people, which is well and good. Congressmen and senators in the U.S. don't get elected to serve the Pakistani people. They get elected to protect and serve the people of the United States.
Okay, Mosharraf Zaidi, we have to leave it there.
But bottom line...
Sorry, we have to leave it there, sir. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us.